Okay, so I'm going to start, I'm going to try at least to do the thing, the idea, I have it, all the steps down on my computer, on my Google Sheet. Wow, what is this? I have all the steps down on my computer, on my Google Sheet for my YouTube stuffs, of the whole Booktube process for me. From setting up to film, to editing and uploading the thumbnail, I mean, everything in between. And I've wanted to do this for a little while, and it's funny because on Twitter the other day, I think it was Maddie at the Book Pusher who initially said it, and then I was like, oh my god, great minds think alike, like I wanted to do this too. And Ashley, I think, doesn't have a degree in reading, she was saying it too. So I'm gonna do it. I did not time getting like my face ready. More often than not, I don't even put on this much makeup, which I don't have a lot on right now, but I do have like setting spray, and I did put blush on because we went to brunch. So this is my makeup from brunch. It probably took me 15 minutes, I would say, maybe, to do my makeup and hair and stuff. So I'll count that in there. But now I'm gonna set up and I'm gonna record kind of what it looks like as I'm setting up. And I'm gonna start using Hours Tracker to track all of my time. Why are you looking at me weird? So that's what we're gonna do now. I just got done filming 6 videos, and the stopwatch says it took 1 hour and 19 minutes. And I don't think any of them were super long. I think the longest ones were the last 2 that were probably 15 to 20 minutes or so. The rest of them, there was one that was like 3 minutes long, just a quick one. So sometimes I will film longer than that, or even less videos, and it'll be longer or the same amount. But yeah, that's what I did today, and now I'm going to take everything down and get my living room back in order. See how long that takes. It is bright and early on Sunday morning, and I'm not going to show my face. I'm going to read, but I'm also going to try to upload a couple of the videos from yesterday to my Google Drive. So I'm going to start the stopwatch, and we'll see how long it takes, / if it's possible. Sometimes my Wi-Fi is okay, and I'm able to upload it if it's like 10 minutes or less. But other times it just sits loading forever and ever and ever and never really makes any progress. So we will see. So now that I have the file downloaded from my drive to my computer, I go here, there it is, and I use Wondershare Filmora. I add it. And then I render it. Oh, I meant to have the stopwatch going. There we go. Yeah, it has estimated time. It can vary, but yeah, see, it's going up and up and up. And then it jumped back down. I was gonna say, usually it's around 30 to 45 minutes per video, but it does obviously depend on how much footage I have. This one I imagine will take about 30 minutes when it's all said and done. We will see. Once again, I'm not gonna show my face right now because I still look like absolute garbage. Anyway, I have been reading, and I was on YouTube looking at the Indigathon and determining the books that I want to read for that. And then reading some more, talking to the boyfriend a little bit before he left. And it has been 2 hours and like 23 minutes. And in that time, 5 minutes took up uploading my thumbnail video. So that's how I usually do it, is I'll either at the beginning of the first video, if I'm bulk filming, I'll do like all the thumbnails for all the videos, or I'll have one separate video that's just the thumbnail, so it's only like a couple, like usually it's only like a minute long. This time it was a little over 3 minutes because I got interrupted talking with the boyfriend while I was doing the thumbnails. That took 5 minutes to upload, and then I started to upload the footage for my Pushinicorn pick video, which was about 14 minutes long, 14 minutes of footage, and that took over 2 hours to upload on my Wi-Fi. And it's really weird, like I'm pretty sure my phone, if I don't have my Google Drive app like on and in the forefront and the phone on, like the screen on, I don't think it uploads. And I don't know if that's like normal and I'm just a dumbass. But yeah, if like the screen goes black and then I'll turn it back on, like I'll unlock the phone a little while later, it's like no progress has been made. But if I keep touching the screen and making sure that the screen stays on and it stays on the Google Drive app, it seems like the upload goes faster. But that's obviously really fucking annoying if I'm trying to do other things. I was doing other things, and then when I sat back down to read, it was like halfway through, and then while I was sitting here reading, I just kept tapping the screen and it seemed to go quite a bit faster. The last half of the video upload took maybe 30 minutes, I want to say, but the first half took like almost 2 hours. So, oops, it's been done for a minute, and I was cleaning and vacuuming, and I forgot to actually check. So, less than 37 minutes. I imagine it was probably around 30. Like I said, that's typically about how long it takes, somewhere right around there. So, yeah, oops, won't have an exact time frame for this. Oh, well. I recently got out of the shower, and I have a towel wrapped up on my head. I'm in my pajamas, so I'm not going to show my face. But I am going to do some editing. Take my thumbnail screenshots, and then I'm going to work on editing the actual video. And let's start the stopwatch. My boyfriend was off to the side watching me. I was like, stop looking at me. I usually take a lot more than I actually use, just so I have options. Okay, that's enough of that. So now I just delete them because they annoy me. They're saved on the computer, but I delete them from here. So this has already been rendered. Now I'm going to edit. Pausing because I think I need to plug my phone in as we're filming. So the editing of the footage is done. I got it down from 15 to about 8.5 minutes. I still need to stretch out these inserts, which will take a little bit to render. But before I do that, I want to put in the outro, and then the intro and the transitions for that, because that all has to render as well. This is probably gonna take a minute. I'm gonna walk away because and by a minute I mean it's probably gonna take like 15 minutes. Obviously, I don't have to do this on every video with like having the insert of a book cover. And more often than not, this actually came up on Twitter today. I think it was Rachel at Shades of Orange was asking why, if you do an insert, why you wouldn't leave it up the entire time you're talking about a book. And I was like, no lie, just because I'm a lazy editor and I have to render it each time I stretch it out. And sometimes I don't feel like doing that, so I just leave it in for like the 5 seconds or whatever the like auto one is. But I'm gonna try to be better about it, because it seems like across the board most people appreciate it if you have the insert up the entire time you're talking about the book. So that's what we're doing today. This might not take that long actually. It's only, looks like it's gonna be about 5 or so minutes to render all of this. Because really, I mean, it looks like a long time, but that's, I have the footage, like the timeline stretched out. Okay, that is done. Now, whoops, hello. I gotta come back. I do the, where the frick is it? No, here. My little social media plug. And then I'll just give it a quick double check. I'm gonna zoom in on this part. And then I have to render that. Cool. Save. And I'm gonna stop the stopwatch because that's all the editing time. So 1 hour and 2 minutes. And then I'm gonna reset it now for, whoops, I can close out of that. I'm gonna reset it for the export. And there we go. Now it's exporting, and this could take quite some time, so we're not gonna record this. So I look like slight garbage. I'm at work finishing up my day, talking to people, but I wanted to kind of do the follow-up or the outro for this whole Booktube process thing because I have all the numbers. So I'm gonna do that in between answering questions. So like I said, I timed every step. So I'm just gonna kind of quickly go over that and then I will do the final count. So my filming setup, I didn't actually keep track of how many minutes it took me to like get ready. I had just already gotten ready for the day, and then when we came back from brunch is when I filmed, but it usually takes me, if I don't already have my makeup on from like the day and I have to put makeup on to film, it takes me like 10 minutes, like maybe 10 minutes to like do my makeup and like make sure my hair looks all right and throw a shirt on. So I accounted about 10-15 minutes just, you know, to be safe. And then filming setup, that was 8 minutes. And the day that I filmed, I bulk filmed 6 videos, which is not normal. Normally I'm filming maybe 4. I rarely do less than 3, but it's not typical that I'm doing 6. And it can, the film time can obviously vary depending on what kind of video, how long I'm talking, etc., etc. But this 6 videos, 2 of them were really short. They were like 3 minutes long. So it was only an hour and 19 minutes of actual sitting down and filming. Putting everything back was step 3. That took like 3 minutes. It's not very long, but I counted it anyways. So step number 4, uploading a file of footage from my phone to my Google Drive. This one, it was 15 minutes of footage and I did it at home and it took 2 hours and 24 minutes. And I talked about that a little bit in the vlog footage. So yeah, again, that's very dependent on just the Wi-Fi signal and how much footage there is. And then downloading from my Google Drive to my computer, that took 4 minutes. Getting it onto Wondershare Filmora, adding it to the timeline, and then I have to render the timeline. That took about 30 minutes. Actually editing 15 minutes of footage. This one was a little different because I was inserting quite a bit and I had to keep, because now I'm trying to actually stretch out. If I insert a book cover, I'm trying to stretch it out for the entire time that I'm talking about it. So it took a little bit longer, but it was 1 hour and 2 minutes. And then exporting. So once I got the video footage edited, it was 8 minutes and 50 seconds. So exporting that took 1 hour and 5 minutes. And then actually uploading it onto YouTube took 8 minutes and 35 seconds. Popping in the end card and the doing the CC, the closed captioning. It was about 10 minutes for closed captioning for this video, and then like 2 minutes for the end card thing. What am I calling? The end screen? You know what I'm talking about. And I did a whole video on doing the closed captioning. That can take longer, just depending on how the auto captions are. This one, it was pretty quick. And then making the thumbnail was 4 minutes and 26 seconds. So all of this said and done is 7 hours. I took out 1 hour of filming since I only had 15 minutes of footage and I filmed for an hour, 19 minutes. So for this one video, that's 6 hours of active and inactive work. If we're just counting actual active work, like me having to focus on something and do something, that's 2 hours because 4 hours of it was uploading, rendering, exporting, that type of stuff where I'm just kind of waiting around for the computer to do something or my phone to do something. So approximately 2 hours of active work per Booktube video for me. So there we go. I hope that was semi-interesting for some of you. I always bulk film. It's just way easier. And then sometimes I don't just sit down and do a whole hour of editing. I might only have time to edit part of a video, but I just kind of squeeze it in anywhere I can. I am pretty proud of myself for having uploaded consistently 3 times a week for over 2 years now. For the first like 6 months to a year, I was doing 4 times a week. And after that, I kind of cut back slightly. But I have been very consistent. There's been a couple times where there's been maybe a couple weeks where I haven't, when some shit was going down in my life. But for the most part, I've been pretty consistent with it, and I think it's just because of that, because I try to squeeze it in whenever I can. If you guys are creators here on the Booktube, let me know if this sounds about right for you. I feel like a lot of people probably put way more time into their editing and whatnot, maybe even filming. I never do scripting or anything like that. The only like scripting I do is tags. I obviously like write out my answers most of the time. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just wing it. But anytime I'm doing a book chat or a book review, I might have taken some notes just on a few things, but I'm not like writing out a whole review and like using a script. And that's just what works for me. That's what I like to do. I know that makes some people nervous, so they might, prefer scripting. But yeah, this is my process. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments if this is similar to your process, if you're a creator on Booktube, and if you're not and you're a lovely viewer, let me know if this sounds crazy talk to you or sounds pretty reasonable. As always, appreciate your time. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.